Welcome to the City of Florissant podcast, your go-to source for news, events, and stories from our beautiful community.
Hi, I'm Mayor Tim Lowery. Welcome to another edition of the Mayor's Podcast Show. With me today is Tabitha Locke. She's the North Area Engineer for MoDOT. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Very
Thank
good.
you, Mayor.
No problem. Thank you for being here today. And I think today what we want to talk about is the public hearing that you have, or the public meeting that you have with regards to the safety improvements on New Halls Ferry, basically from 270 to Parker Spur.
Correct. Yes, we have a safety project that's actually been underway. It's a joint effort between St. Louis County and MoDOT, a fairly large project, but we're getting ready to start really focusing on some of the improvements on New Halls Ferry, and we want to make sure that the public gets to hear about them and give us some input on those proposed improvements.
So when is the meeting going to be, and where's the meeting going to be located?
Actually, it's going to be here, thank you, for Florissant City Hall.
Very good.
So we're very happy to work with the city in order to host it here so that the public knows where to come.
Very good. And what time will it be? And what's the date?
So 4 to 6 on this Thursday, so the 20th of March.
Okay, very good. A couple days.
Yes.
So, can you talk about some of the things that you guys have noticed on Halls Ferry? Obviously, first of all, we do appreciate any investment in our roadways in North County and certainly in the city of Florissant. And of course, this roadway is kind of interesting because it takes up part of St. Louis County and part of Florissant. So it's about half and half, maybe a little bit more St. Louis County. But certainly, we appreciate you guys looking into the safety measures. So, you want to talk about some of the things you guys are talking about doing?
So, as I said, this is a part of a larger safety improvement project that really covers our whole region. And MoDOT and St. Louis County it's roughly $52 million that's spread throughout St. Louis County as well as some other locations in the city. And as part of that project, they really kind of looked at the crashes all over our region. And then the proposing team was actually able to say, like, hey, this is some of the higher rated areas, and we want to do the improvements that'll help benefit those areas the most. So there was scoring in order to figure out which ones, and unfortunately, New Halls Ferry was on that kind of that high list.
Something we don't really necessarily want to win, but we did win this one, yes.
Correct, but it's good that we're getting to make those improvements. So.
Absolutely, yeah, certainly appreciate that. So you say the meeting's from 4 to 6, but kind of talk about the format of the meeting, because you don't have to be there from 4 to 6. It's kind of you can kind of come and go and kind of come and see the project and talk to MoDOT representatives. You want to talk about how that works a little bit?
Yes, so a lot of MoDOT's projects, the way that we do the public meetings are, as you said, like an open house format. We have the informational boards, we have some fact sheets, which I had handed you, one of them, that the public can come in, look at the boards, pick a fact sheet, and then if they have any questions or any comments, which is really what we want from the public for being able to come in, is they can either talk to someone, some of the project manager, there'll be engineers, some traffic engineers, as well as some of our communication staff at the meeting to really discuss, okay, what are the concerns you have, and a lot of the reasons behind the project, like you were asking earlier.
And so that's the thing, is that MoDOT really wants they want people's input. They want to know how people honestly feel about the project. So that's why, number one, you're here today. It's on your website. It's on, with cities put it out there. I know we got signs up and down on New Halls Ferry I seen the other day. So it really is something that you're really looking for input from people.
Yes. So at this point, what we have are some proposed improvements that are a little different for the St. Louis area. Two of the kind of high marker that are just different, and people haven't seen them too much, is the curb bump out islands, which is one of the things that's proposed on New Halls Ferry. We really want the people's input before we decide, is this the right thing to do for this roadway? As well as some of the right turn adjustments at the signals. So when you go up to a signal and you're making a right turn, there's a lot that it's pretty steep kind of turn, and then you're having to look way over your shoulder. Well, they're making some adjustments so that it's a little easier for you to look and see that oncoming traffic and be able to find a good gap. Those are two things that we just haven't done a ton in this area, and it's improvements there that we want to make sure that the public is aware of what it is, the benefits of them, and if they have any concerns that we need to be aware of before making that final decision.
And of course, you've already met with city and county officials on this, and we've had the opportunity to meet and discuss some of the issues. First of all, the roadway that we've seen, and certainly some of the improvements that you want to make for safety. And so it's obviously we've had a great conversations about what we think is really good and some of the things that we like to see redone. And so now it's an opportunity for the public to do the same.
Right. So as you said, we've had conversations with a lot of the, elected officials, as far as with yourself, the police, the fire department, county officials, in order to really discuss the problem we're seeing, which one of the big numbers is we've had 1,800 crashes on this corridor in a 5-year period. And that actually stretches Shackleford down to Dunn Road.
Okay.
And there's improvements kind of all along that chunk of the roadway that we're thinking will really help to decrease the amount of crashes we're seeing as well as the severity of crashes. So along with those 1,800 crashes, we've also had 20 that included fatalities and serious injuries. So, these are life-changing crashes that we're really trying to get off of our system so that they're not happening and families aren't being affected.
Absolutely. So you're proposing this now, and now is there any future proposal to go further down Halls Ferry?
So the safety design build project, its footprint is there's some signal locations, and then the spur to Dunn Road has the curb island bump outs as well as some median island items that we've really discussed, and that'll be the main focus for this meeting. In the future, MoDOT actually has a project in 2027, so a couple years down the road, that involves some ADA as far as like some sidewalks, as well as repaving of the roadway. And we're going to be looking at safety improvements that we can do on that project as well. Kind of part of our normal process of when we're in a location, we want to make sure we can improve what we can, as well as through the discussions we've had on the safety design build project. There's items that have come up that whether it was city, county, residents that have already kind of contacted us of we see this, but what about these items? So those are things that we take back and then we can add into that other project, really look at, discuss, and have a little more time to plan out.
Very good. Well, Tabitha, certainly appreciate you certainly being here today, and certainly the commitment that MoDOT is making up here in North County. So once again, when is the meeting, and what time, and what's the format?
Yeah, so we're having an open house meeting, so come anytime to Florissant City Hall between 4 and 6 o'clock on Thursday, March 20th. And we hope that you're able to come. If you're not able to visit at that specific time, we will also have information on our website, and you can submit comments through the website.
Very good. And what's your website?
slsafetyproject@modot.mo.gov will get you any information on that. And then the website also is, if you go to St. Louis MoDOT webpage, we have like current projects that it can be found under those.
Very good. Once again, thank you for joining me today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
That concludes another edition of the Mayor's Podcast Show. We are Florissant Strong. Thank you.